China to conduct major military drill simulating seizure of Taiwan-held island. That looks like some camo you would wear to hide in the 100-acre wood. Everyone else should conduct a drill to simulate not buying anything from China. Great idea, China. Really well timed. Who is doing China's PR? Beijing/Tokyo. The Chinese military is planning to conduct a large-scale landing drill off Hainan Island in the South China Sea in August to simulate the possible seizure of the Taiwanese-held Pratas Island in the future, Chinese sources familiar with the matter have said. The Chinese People's Liberation Army is becoming increasingly concerned about the growing U.S. military presence in the South China Sea, and such a drill could escalate tensions. The U.S. Navy said on Thursday it had sailed a guided missile destroyer through the sensitive Taiwan Strait. China being China, and the rest of the world being the rest of the world by ignoring it. Taiwan is a free country. The Chinese government is getting lots of pushback internationally and are looking for any distraction. Failing on intimidating Japan on Senkaku Islands. Totally pissed of Vietnam, Philippines, and Indonesia with their island seizures, military expansion into SE Asia. Taiwan won't be intimidated. This is a losing initiative. They will continue to put on such a show for the next 100 years. China would have an extremely hard time taking Taiwan even without the US supporting Taiwan. They may not even be able to take it. They can only invade during 2 months out of the year. That's due to how windy it is in the Taiwan Strait. Only certain beaches can actually be landed on for the invasion. That makes Taiwan's military's job much easier. This would have to be the largest amphibious assault ever. So Taiwan would easily be able to spot it and prepare for it. Taiwan has been preparing for this event for decades. It is a modern military and only has to focus on defense. Even if China is able to land troops on a beach, they would be vastly outnumbered and outgunned. Taiwanese citizens will not roll over and allow China to take over. The freedoms most of them grew up with would be gone the moment China takes over. Lastly, the international outcry would be like nothing we have seen in a long time. China would be sanctioned by a multitude of countries. Taiwan has done nothing to provoke an invasion from China that would kill hundreds of thousands if not millions of Taiwanese citizens. Edit. I'm not sure how anybody here is trying to act like they know more than the experts. The same experts that literally study this kind of stuff for a living. I'm pretty sure they know more than you. So far anybody that tried to deny what I wrote doesn't know what they're talking about. Social distancing at war is gonna be interesting. This is where the island is, https://www. google.com/map/place/20% C2% B04208. 0% 22N plus 116% C2% B04339. 0% 22E/at20. 5625233,6Z/data equals 4M5, 3M4, 1S0X0:0X0, 8M2, 3D20, 702222, 4D116. It's more of an atoll. Picture from space, https://upload. Wikimedia.org/wikipedia/commons/3/37/pratas_island. JPG. Removed. All these feel like one of those factors that lead to a World War situation that one had to memorize for history at school. Either these guys have the weapons to destroy the world without anyone stopping them, or they simply don't give a fuck anymore. If China tried this on the real Taiwan, would anyone intervene? If the US or Europe tried to physically help Taiwan, wouldn't China take that as a declaration of war? Would the US or Europe even try to physically help Taiwan? That's cool. We have major drills where we stop them. Not to be alarmist or anything, but it is good to keep in mind that in the event of a real invasion of Taiwan and its surrounding islands, the Chinese would very likely launch it from a scheduled training exercise. Not saying that's happening, just saying that's why this stuff makes people wary. If you control the South China Sea, you can put a stranglehold on Asia. People need to wake up and realize you don't build up military forces with the intention of not using them. Poland has entered the chat. Crimea has entered the chat. Pure intimidation move. China repeatedly shows it's all hat and no cattle. Fuck China. I think the Taiwan-held island is called Taiwan. Nothing suspicious about China simulating an invasion of their most hated rival. Funny, that you're practicing capturing land with military, yet you claim that land is already yours. One doesn't need to invade one's own territory. So is Taiwan yours or not? Maybe America, the European Union and every other country should do a joint military exercise where they defend a small island nation against a giant, corrupt, xenophobic asshole of a nation that likes to talk tough but would surely get its ass kicked if it got out of line. Fuck the CCP. They are going to make that move one day, and the world will either step up and stop them or they'll just let it happen. I think that they'll let it happen. So the same thing they've been doing every year. Taiwan is having its moment kicking COVID-19's ass and vocally asserting independence, and China is really unhappy about it. Every neckbeard on this sub wants to wage war against China, but when the time comes they'll just pussy out behind their monitor LMAO. Taiwan is a country. It's already a big country, but it keeps on stealing islands from weaker countries. I'm just impressed by the comments in this thread, like half of you guys actually believe that there's going to be a rebellion against CCP. I mean, the nationalism on Chinese internet has never been stronger, and even if some sort of uprising happens in China, that would be because CCP aren't hawkish in Gao. Zinni the Pooh should feck off and leave them alone. Stupid but serious question. Would any of the countries stand up for Taiwan, as in really send military to protect them if it happens? That's a really fast way to sicken your entire army. Was Xi Jinping ever in the military, or is he cosplaying in that picture? Plot twist, they are holding the drill on a Taiwan-held island. Not that Xi gives a shit about the lives of his soldiers, but an invasion of Taiwan will result in the deaths of hundreds of thousands of Chinese soldiers. Taiwan would not just bend over and take it. They'll fight tooth and nail, and they're well armed. Good God, the loss of life if this ever happens. LOL. Taiwan-held. It is just Taiwan. Let Taiwan join NATO. Russia does the same. https://sverigesradio. se/sida/article. ASPX, program = 2054 and article = 6198898, for the major islands in the Baltic Sea. While it of course is disconcerting, it's more likely that it's just a way to show strength and power, rather than actually preparing for the event. If China or Russia are ever to follow through with such a plan, they'd keep those plans as secret as possible for as long as possible. Edit, grammar removed. Can China just chill for a second? We're still trying to figure out which protests to attend here. This is the kind of shit that leads to people in Asia developing anti-China sentiment. OMG, China does something that the USA does all the fucking time, freak out about it. If we really want to piss off China, let's get Taiwan as a country for the next Civ 6 DLC. Oh, this week we don't like China anymore. Where are all the commentators now who always say China bad? Gonna use that here too. Victory hand light skin tone simulation. Victory hand light skin tone. Can the West conduct a major military drill simulating nuking the ever-living shit out of China? Taiwan-held island. LMAO. How many things do Pooh Bear and the CCP pretend aren't real? Taiwan is its own country. Their country is polluted Peasantville. Pooh Bear actually resembles Winnie the Pooh. Corona is still a big deal there. Hell, they even pretend there is no political dissidence by shadow banning you from society with social credit scores. The fact anyone still supports China is beyond stupid. Nothing going to happen. Just paper tiger China telling Taiwan president to keep quiet. Source: China expert. Fuck China, according to sources familiar to the matter? Seriously. This is what we're calling for military conflict over.